Happy 4th of July, everyone. I recently received an order of a Mezzo A whistle from Rob Gandara of Carbony Celtic Winds, and he included this air dam for the low D whistle, and it's a metal ring with two boxes for the windways. And the reason he sent it to me is because Copeland whistles are also a conical bore, and they have a raised metal box around the end, and they have a very powerful it's specifically to strengthen the low end in particular. And so I played around with this PVC piece of nested. I took two pieces of PVC and kind of nestled them in and created a box that goes around the windway to kind of mimic that. And I found that it did strengthen the tone. And I sent that to Rob, and he said, he goes, "Go ahead and post your video on it, but just let people know I'm gonna take that idea and I'm gonna create something. I'm gonna create a product for it." So he did, and so this is the result of it. This air dam. And it works really well, and it's actually pretty slick. It looks a lot better than what I created. So my one issue, the reason I did it is because my one issue with the low D Carbony is that I've got some the A whistle seems very resonant, and the sound on the low D seemed a little bit more muted. And a little weaker. It just doesn't have the punch of some of the other models. And so I feel like this actually. So I was experimenting with this to see if maybe I could get it closer in line with some of the other models. And I feel like this actually works pretty well. This tone ring that he sent. So if you are interested, if you have a low whistle, I don't know how much he sells them for, but. I probably should have researched that, but he has a higher wall to increase the tone a lot, the volume, and a smaller one for a medium increase. So you can choose what you like. So here is just a naked whistle. And then I put this one on, and I'll do the big one first. Oh, I did it upside down. It's nearly foolproof. And it just sort of locks in place pretty easily. Just line it up with the windway like that. So you can hear that it kind of you lose, and this is how whistles are balanced. A lot of times, if it plays easier in the top register, the upper register, you get a weaker bottom end, and if it plays very strongly in the bottom end, it makes it much more difficult to access those high notes. And so it's nice because this gives you multiple options in that. Some whistles, I have whistles that I can hardly play the top register. So if you want an easy playing top end, you can leave the whistle as it is. But if there's a tune, like if you want to be down here, so that tune doesn't even go past. that it doesn't go past there to the G, I guess. But if you're going, and it's still something that requires enough, you've got to push it in order to keep it up there. But it just gives you that extra tone and resonance if that's what you want. So, but if that's too strong for you, here, let me go ahead and pop this off again, and just real quickly, I'll say. Hear that it's softer, it's easier to access, but then I can put it on the lower setting. And you can see how even that lower setting gives it just a little bit more resonance. And I think this one actually brings it in line with a lot of the other whistles. So let me see if I can still access those top notes. So I was playing with this yesterday, and I actually think that this is probably going to be my preferred setting. I think I'm going to leave the small air dam on all the time, because I feel like it doesn't interfere with the playing characteristics as much as the large one. Like if there's a tune that it's going to stay in that lower register, I would and I needed the power, then I have this option and I could always rotate it. But I think for general purpose playing, I feel like this lower air dam is it's right. It gives it just that extra punch that I felt like the low D was missing, but without compromising the playing characteristics of the whistle itself. So I highly recommend, if you got a low D and you're interested, I'd highly recommend this as an add-on. I'm thinking about getting one for the alto G, which is another one that I felt like maybe could use a little bit more punch. But yeah, I think it's really cool that Rob responded the way he did by actually creating a product, in response to some customer feedback that I gave him. So I said I was actually thinking of selling my Carbony low D, but I think with the air dam, it just makes up for the only thing that I felt like maybe it was missing, and at the same time giving people options. If you really like the light playing, the light playing characteristics of it, and the softer volume, then you still have that option. And the only other thing that I will say is that when you add these air dams, the greater the effect, the more it actually flattens the tone just a little bit. So you'll probably have to compensate by pushing the whistle head down to get it back into pitch. So I hope that's, yes it is. So I hope that I hope that that this is helpful, and it is. I hope it's I hope that some people get some benefit out of this. Like I said, I think it's neat, and I think the way that Rob executed it is actually cool. And I don't think my whistle will, with it on, I don't think my whistle will roll off the table as easily anymore. So.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
My daughter wants to be a YouTuber. Not happening.